Hey everybody, this is Ron, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dune House Corrino issues 2 and 3. If you'd like to check out my issue 1 review, I have a link in the description. Okay, so issue 2 starts out with Tyros Refa on the planet Xanavar, and he is the bastard brother of Shaddam, as we found out in issue 1. I like this story in the book that this is adapted from as well because it really shows how easily threatened Shaddam is. And right away, the writers do a good job of making him a sympathetic figure, showing his loving relationship with Master Charence on the Talagari estate. The only thing is, I feel like the designs and the clothing are a little over the top here, and I know I'm kind of going back on what I said about these books previously because I usually like the weirder elements, but Tyros's look in general is a little bit too much for me. That being said, I still think Simone Ragazzoni is a very gifted artist, and I like his acting during the Kaitain sequences. The body language of Shaddam is great, and some of the characters in these panels remind me of some good older Disney 2D animation films, which is the highest compliment I can give it. The panel layouts in general are very solid, and adapting a Dune book must be pretty tough because, let's face it, there are a lot of scenes with people just standing around and talking to each other, which doesn't lend itself too well to the comic book medium. So I appreciate the unique and trippy layouts throughout the issue to keep things visually interesting. Prince Romber's attire during his wedding ceremony is a little better than the full-on cyborg look in issue 1, and I hope they keep a similar look for the rest of the series because, like I said previously, his cyborg appearance doesn't fit well in the Dune universe, to me at least. Again, I have to applaud the team here for not shying away from some of the more horrific imagery in the book, especially the Tleilaxu Axolotl tanks, which are terrifying and cruel. I'll also give props to the colorist, Dan Jackson, for making the Arrakis sections look so unique compared to the rest of the planets in the story. The sun looks blinding on the page, and that has to be a process to get that kind of effect. I know they're not the focal point of this book, but I do wish there was a little more Harkonnen stuff in these issues. The sections on Wallach 9 with the Bene Gesserit sisters continues to be very interesting, and I think the planet is dead on. That's exactly how it should look, just a cold, dark world. I've talked about this a little in my review of the one-shot comic, A Whisper of Caladan Seas, and also in my review of the House Corrino book, but I still don't know how to feel about the whole jongleurs thing, or however you pronounce it. I guess it's supposed to be similar to the Bene Gesserit sisters or the Mentats, but instead of being able to use the voice or becoming a human computer, the jongleurs are such good actors and storytellers that the audience can be overwhelmingly affected by it. But there's still a good setup with Tyros planning his revenge on Shaddam. Issue 3 has one of the best covers of this series so far by Raymond Swanland, making the Fremen warriors look amazing and menacing, so good job, Raymond. I will say that I don't really love the look of the Sardaukar soldiers here. They look more like robots than soldiers, so I thought it was a bit of a weird choice. I'd have to go back and look at the 2 previous series to see how they were drawn. The Bene Gesserit abilities are on full display in this issue, and there's a really cool section where they make the scientists forget that they inspected the ship that made itself invisible. It's an interesting choice to have the ancestral memories appear to Anirul basically as spirits. But I guess there aren't many other ways to visually interpret that, so it works. The section with Tyros' assassination attempt on Shaddam was really well done and tense. The execution also did not disappoint, and it was just as brutal as it was described in the book. The Fremen also deal with a traitor in a savage way as well, so this issue was definitely not short on the violence. These Dune comics continue to be really high quality, and you really get a lot of bang for your buck with each issue because there's so much going on, and Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson pack each issue with a lot of material without it ever feeling bloated, which is no small feat. So please be sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content, and thanks for watching.